I used to leave the salon feeling great. Then 2 days later my own hands would ruin it, and I didn't understand why. If your hair is thin or fine and you feel like you're fighting it every single morning, this is why. Thin hair doesn't need more product, more effort, or more time. It needs 4 specific changes to how you wash it, dry it, part it, and finish it. Get these 4 steps right, and your hair will look fuller by the end of this video than it has in years. I researched the best fixes for thinning and fine hair so women over 50 get real answers, not guesswork. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The wash mistake that's flattening your roots. Here's something almost nobody tells you about thin hair. The way you wash it matters more than anything you put on it afterward. Most women with fine hair pile conditioner from root to tip, because that's what they were taught decades ago, when their hair was thicker and could handle it. But conditioner on the roots of thin hair does the exact opposite of what you want. It weighs the root down, flattens it against the scalp, and by the time you've dried it, you've got hair that lies down and stays down. I felt this every single day for years, and I genuinely thought my hair had just gotten thinner overnight. It hadn't. My washing habits had just caught up with me. Here's the fix, and it's simpler than you'd think. Shampoo goes everywhere, scalp to ends, because thin hair actually needs a genuinely clean scalp to have any lift at all. Conditioner, though, goes only from the mid-length down to the ends. Never the roots. When you're in the shower, physically tip your head forward and apply conditioner starting a good 2 to 3 inches down from where your part is. This one change stops the root from being coated and weighed down, so it dries with actual lift instead of collapsing flat. Ask your stylist for this exact phrase next time you're in the chair. Can you show me a root-lifting rinse-out technique for fine hair, not a leave-in? That question alone tells them you understand the difference between a rinse-out conditioner and a leave-in product, and most stylists will immediately adjust how they're treating your hair during the appointment, not just tell you what to buy afterward. There's a second half to this fix that most people skip. Once you're out of the shower, do not rub your hair dry with a towel. Rubbing roughens the hair shaft, and on fine hair, that roughness reads as frizz and flyaway, which then gets mistaken for thinness, when it's actually just damage from the towel. Instead, squeeze the water out gently, section by section, using the towel like a blotting cloth rather than a scrubbing one. It takes maybe 30 extra seconds, and it changes the entire texture of how your hair dries. I want to tell you about a woman named Colette, a longtime viewer who wrote to me last year. She'd been washing her hair the same way for over 40 years, since her 20s, and had genuinely accepted that her hair was just getting thinner with age. The way so many of us do. She switched to root-only shampoo and mid-to-ends-only conditioner, and within 2 washes, she said her stylist asked what she'd changed because her roots were holding volume through an entire blow-dry for the first time in a decade. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when you stop weighing the root down before you even pick up a hairdryer. The result of this one fix compounds. Roots that aren't weighed down by conditioner hold a blow-dry better, hold a style longer through the day, and photograph with visibly more depth and dimension, because light catches lifted hair completely differently than it catches flat hair. This is the foundation every other fix in this video builds on, so if you only take one thing from this entire video, take this. Here's what's coming next, and it might be the step you're getting most wrong of all 4. It's not about what you put on your hair. It's about the exact moment you put it on. And if you're doing it at the wrong moment, everything else in this video won't matter nearly as much as it should. Part 2. Why your blow-dry is working against you. Most women with thin hair own a great volumizing product and still end up flat by lunchtime, and the reason has nothing to do with the product itself. It's about when you're applying it and how you're drying afterward. If you're applying volumizer to soaking wet hair straight out of the shower, you're actually diluting it before it ever gets the chance to do its job. And if you're air drying even partially before styling, you've already let your hair set in its natural flat pattern before you've touched it with any heat at all. The fix has 2 parts, and both matter equally. First, towel blot your hair the way we just covered, so it's damp, not dripping. Apply your volumizing product at the root only, focusing directly on the crown, while the hair is still damp but not soaking. This is the window where product actually absorbs into the strand instead of sliding off it. Second, and this is the part almost nobody does correctly, Dry your roots upside down for the first 60 to 90 seconds. Flip your head forward, direct the dryer at the roots from underneath, and let gravity work in the opposite direction it normally would. Ask your stylist this exact question at your next appointment. Can you show me a root-focused, low-heat diffuser technique instead of a direct flow dryer? A diffuser spreads the airflow rather than blasting it in one direct line, which for fine hair means less breakage and more actual volume retention, rather than heat simply pushing the hair flat against your scalp the way a direct nozzle often does. I think about a woman named Rosalind, who told me she'd been blow-drying her hair the same direction, roots down, for as long as she could remember. She switched to the upside-down root method for just the first minute of her routine, kept everything else the same, and said her husband asked if she'd gotten a haircut. She hadn't touched a pair of scissors. She'd only changed the angle of the airflow for 90 seconds, and it read as an entirely different head of hair by the time she flipped back upright and finished styling normally. Once those first 90 seconds are done, flip your head back up and finish drying normally, working the dryer in the direction the hair will actually fall. This locks in the lift you just created instead of undoing it. The difference this single shift makes is genuinely dramatic. Roots that stand up instead of lying flat change how every subsequent step of your style behaves, all day long, through wind, through humidity, through hours of wear. Before, roots dried flat and pressed against the scalp within an hour of leaving the house. After, roots that hold visible separation and lift from morning until you actually wash it out again. And that leads directly into the third mistake, which has nothing to do with product or heat at all. It's about a single line on your head that you've probably never once questioned. Part 3. The part line making your hair look thinner. Here's something that took me years to understand. The same exact part you've worn since your 20s might be the single biggest reason your scalp shows through more than it should. When you part your hair in the same spot for decades, the hair along that line gets pulled and stressed in the same direction every single day. And over time that section genuinely thins faster than the rest of your scalp. It's not your imagination and it's not just aging. It's mechanical stress in one repeated line. The fix is a zigzag part, and it takes about 10 seconds longer than a straight part, but changes how much scalp is visible from every angle. Instead of dragging a comb in one straight line from front to back, use the tip of a rat tail comb, or even just your finger, and create a jagged, irregular line, moving it slightly left and right as you go back. This breaks up the single stress line, and more importantly, it means no straight strip of scalp is ever visible at once, because the zigzag naturally layers hair from either side over any small gaps. The result shows up immediately, and it's the kind of thing people notice without being able to say exactly why. Ask your stylist this exact phrase. Can you cut in some soft face framing layers that follow a zigzag part, not a center or side part? This tells your stylist to actually cut the layers to camouflage a zigzag, rather than cutting them for a straight part, and leaving you to figure out the styling on your own at home. There's a second layer to this fix, and it's about moving your part occasionally, not permanently switching it. Once a week or so, shift your part an inch in either direction from where you usually wear it. This gives the stress section along your usual part line a genuine rest period. And over months, that section recovers noticeably compared to a part that's dragged in the exact same spot, every day, for years without a single break. Diane, a woman who follows the channel closely, told me she'd worn the exact same center part since she was 19 years old. She switched to a zigzag and started alternating her part weekly. And within about 2 months, she said the strip of visible scalp she'd been covering with careful combing for years had visibly filled back in. Her stylist confirmed it at her next cut, and told her the regrowth along that line was noticeably denser than it had been at her previous appointment. Before, a single straight part, worn in the same spot for years, with visible scalp showing along that exact line. After, a zigzag part that shifts weekly, with noticeably denser coverage along what used to be your problem area. And that brings us to the final step, the one that determines whether everything you just did survives past 9 in the morning or falls apart the second you walk out the door. Part 4. The finishing move that locks everything in. This is the step almost everyone skips, and it's the reason a great morning blow-dry so often collapses by early afternoon. You've washed correctly, dried with lift, parted to minimize visible scalp, and then you reach for a heavy, creamy finishing product out of habit, the same kind that works beautifully on thick hair, and it flattens every bit of volume you just spent 20 minutes building. Thin hair cannot carry the weight of rich, heavy finishing creams. It needs the opposite. Something light enough to hold the style without pulling it back down toward the scalp. The fix is switching to a lightweight, root-lifting spray or powder, applied only at the root, only after your style is fully dry, never before. Most women apply finishing product while their hair is still warm from the dryer, which means the product is being distributed through hair that's still moving into its final shape. Wait until it's completely cool and set. Then apply a small amount of root powder or texturizing spray directly at the crown, working it in with your fingertips rather than a brush. Ask your stylist this exact question the next time you're getting product recommendations. What's a root-lifting powder or spray that won't weigh down fine hair, not a cream or serum? Being specific about powder or spray, rather than cream or serum, matters enormously here, because a lot of finishing products marketed generally as volumizing are still cream-based and still too heavy for genuinely fine strands. There's one more piece to this that most tutorials leave out entirely: how you touch your hair for the rest of the day. Running your fingers through your hair repeatedly, the way so many of us do out of habit, redistributes natural oils down the hair shaft and flattens the root lift you worked to build all morning. Instead, if you need to adjust your style during the day, use the pads of your fingers at the root only, lifting upward and away from the scalp, rather than combing all the way through. A viewer named Rosalind, who'd already changed her blow-dry technique earlier in her own routine, told me the root powder switch was what finally made her style last an entire day rather than just the morning. She said she used to reapply hairspray around 2 in the afternoon just to fake back some lift, and once she started using a proper root powder correctly, she stopped needing to touch her hair at all until she washed it again. Before, a heavy cream applied while hair was still warm, flattening the volume within a couple of hours. After, a light root powder applied to fully cooled, set hair, holding lift from morning until night. Put all 4 of these fixes together, wash, dry, part, and finish, and you're not managing thin hair anymore. You're working with it. You now know exactly why your thin hair goes flat, and exactly how to fix it, root to ends, from the shower to the final touch-up at 4 in the afternoon. That's not luck, and it's not a different head of hair. It's 4 small, specific changes, and you can start every single one of them tomorrow morning. Tell me in the comments which of these 4 steps you're trying first: the wash, the dry, the part, or the finish. Next week I'm covering the exact haircut lengths that make thin hair look thicker, without a single extra product. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.